everybody, and welcome to Movie Couple Live. This is a show where we talk about the latest in movie news and entertainment. I'm Wendy.
I'm Dustin.
Happy Saturday, everybody, and happy Hawkeye spoiler discussion day. On today's show, normally when we talk about, other news from the world of entertainment, movie news, theme parks, and whatnot, but on Saturdays, we like to take the time to really dig in get to talk on, what did I say?
Oh, no, I was going to say on Saturdays, we wear purple.
This isn't purple.
Well, I know, because purple Hawkeye. I'm sorry. It was
now it's too late. We only have one more weekend to do this.
It.
God.
Sorry. I just thought of it.
Scratch that entire thing. We're doing it over again.
Starting from the top, ladies and gentlemen.
So I guess next Saturday we'll try to wear some. I don't even know if you have purple stuff.
I don't have anything purple. I don't know why I even brought the idea up in my head. But honestly, I think that would be cool if we had if we were able to get a Hawkeye and Kate costume for the two of us. And we'll just I thought that would, because that'd be a cool little.
I've been searching for, because she wears, Debbie and I actually have been talking in Discord. Kate Bishop this is sireling me so much right now. My Virgo mind is like, get back on track. But my other mind is saying so Kate Bishop wears her big checkered coat, and then underneath it she wears her purple sweatsuit, essentially. And I've been searching for an eggplant, a more rich purple suit, and all they have for some reason that I've looked everywhere is lavender. Doesn't quite hit the same. And then so I was like, okay, maybe I'll buy it individually and not in a set. And then so when I put them side by side, the colors don't match up. So it's been a struggle. Who knew purple sweatpant and sweatshirt was hard to find. So if you guys know anything, link it in the comments.
I wonder if you can get something like that and then dye it purple. Find the color.
So much work. I don't want to. And I just want to pay the money and just wash it and put it on. But you guys, welcome to today's show. Welcome to spoiler discussion of Hawkeye episode 5, entitled Ronin. Before we get into, of course, I see a super chat already. Thank you so much. I believe it's Marvin.
Martin.
Thank you so much. Right before we get to that, we do want to warn you guys, because we are talking spoilers for Hawkeye episode 5. If you haven't watched the episode yet, unfortunately, I don't know if this live stream is where you want to be, because we don't want to cause the episode to be ruined for you by talking spoilers, but that is exactly what we're going to be doing here, is spoilers discussion.
Lots and lots of spoilers, because there's a lot of stuff to spoil.
There's a lot of stuff to talk
episode.
About. Yeah, absolutely. So with that, and I want to get to some of the other comments, but before we do, let me scroll down to our super chat. Thank you so much to Martin for always supporting this channel.
And it looks like we have a whole bunch of new recommendations, which I love the recommendations.
And I see the word unicorn. Well, unicorns are back. Marvin writes, Hunt of the Unicorn. Jeff Castellucci's Mariah Carey opposite Morissette Amon. Her coach, Sarah, I'm going to mess up this name, is Sarah Geronimo, Snow on the Sahara by Angoon.
If you want to try to find the proper way to pronounce it, it is right there in the super chat that we have put up on the screen. And
wait, okay, sorry, I was very confused. I was like, what? Sorry, continue.
Well, and that's what I was saying, is that seeing how, honestly,
you're talking to them. I thought you were
probably
talking
doing
to me.
a lot better of pronouncing these names and words than I would ever be able to do. I always find it hilarious that Wendy can read English better as her second language than I can as my first language.
Ironically, my reading for Chinese has deteriorated greatly. So I think a lot of you guys know, but if you didn't, I immigrated from Taiwan to the US when I was 4th grade. So my learning level of Mandarin, Chinese, and reading and writing stopped around 4th, 5th grade, essentially. And I don't really practice that as much. So I can still write my name. I can still read for the most part of it. But I noticed, because I had an audition that I wasn't able to make because of technical issues. But I realized that I needed more help than I needed before, because it was dialogue heavy, and I was just a lot of more technical terms that I didn't love, and I'm I don't know these words. So conversationally, I'm great. I can get my way around Taiwan, no problem. But if you ask me to write and read something out of a newspaper, I would probably struggle with it a little bit, unless I was reading to myself. I would get the gist of it, but in any case, and then my mom would, scold me for
not keeping up on your Chinese.
It's harder to. It's harder to these days. It's
Well,
like, who am I
unless
speaking
you're
Chinese to right now?
unless you're actively, practicing or actively having to use it on a daily basis, I can see how it's very easy for it to just kind of slip to the wayside and be like,
Yes.
nope, nope, focusing on English.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and see what people are saying today in the chat before we get into the spoilers. Blade says, my theater was filled with a middle school field trip. Oh, what movie?
Wait, for No Way Home?
I mean, that's a kick-ass middle school. If it would, they took all of their class to watch a Spider-Man No Way Home movie.
I'd have to admit, I would want to go to that middle school if they're like, hey, every now and again on a Wednesday or a Thursday, or I guess it would have been Thursday then. Because
Sure.
Oh no, it'd have to be Friday.
Sure.
Friday, they'd have to be like, hey guys, we're gonna, instead of studying, we're gonna go see a Marvel movie.
It's because the teacher wants to see it, so they're like, I'm gonna make it a part of the syllabus. But it's cool for the kids. I think it's a cool move by the teacher and or the school. But I think for the rest of the audience, like that's a lot of children in a theater.
That's actually got to be very frustrating.
In fact, Debbie says that sucks. Did they chat the whole time?
Oh, that would have been.
And Blake says, "Yep."
Oh,
I am so sorry, man.
Oh, that would have pissed me off to no end. Because if you haven't gotten to go see Spider-Man No Way Home, check it out. You've got to. I don't want to say too much more, even though there's plenty of spoilers and leaks and stuff online.
Yes,
you can't get away from them.
It's actually on my recommended for you, and then it was spoilers of the movie. Luckily, all these popped up after I saw the movie. But I was like, why is this recommended for me? Who asked for this? Blake says, I even left to complain, which I hate doing. I understand that. But of course, the theater did nothing. All they said they could do was offer me a free voucher for a free movie. I mean,
I'll take that.
Take it anyways, and you can see Spider-Man a second time. But I understand, you paid for the movie. Your experience is just as important as the other people, the other people's experience in the theater. It's just the
fact that you have to, that's the one, that is probably one of the greatest flaws of going to the movie theaters, is the fact that sometimes you have to deal with very inconsiderate guests. So it's frustrating. But once again, sometimes it's really cool to have that mob mentality, like when we saw Avengers, going, yeah, and everyone in the theater just erupts and everyone is just, so losing their minds all at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's really that give and take. And it sucks that you just had an entire class full. For all of them.
That's just a lot.
Yep.
It's just a lot. Let's see. Blake says, I think Wendy and Dustin had the same issue. I remember her mentioning it in one of her Christmas vlogs. Wait, what was the issue?
Same issue? Issues. Well, of course. About spoilers and just trying to stay away from them.
Maybe that's it. That's super
But
annoying.
Also, if you are in the chat, please steer clear of any kind of spoilers.
Don't put them in the chat.
Don't put them in the chat.
If I see it, I'm kicking you out of this stream.
Please do not. Honestly, there are so many things that were spoiled by leaks and by word of mouth and by things that were just plastered all over the internet. That would have been so cool to have it been realized at the movie theaters, to be able to be like, oh my gosh, that could have just been a moment. But it was more along the lines of here's that one part that got spoiled for me, kind of a thing. And there are so many amazing moments in this movie. Please do not spoil the last remaining parts that are not being spoiled yet.
Yes, please. We actually talked to a friend last night who probably won't be able to see it this weekend, but maybe the next weekend. And he's like, yeah, the certain moments have already been ruined for me anyways, because he was just scrolling through his social media and saw a video. I'm like, who is taking their phones and videotaping? First of all, what kind of storage do you have on your phone?
Yeah.
To be able to record the entire movie, because that's 2.5 hours of footage. That's a long time. And the fact that no one else around you noticed that your phone was
blazing bright.
Yeah, I don't know. In any case, we have another super chat from Vanja.
Thank you, Vanja.
Thank you so much.
We
love you guys. We love you.
I've never been good at making this thing. I always feel like
push out your thumb.
Oh, I always feel
there you go.
I always feel like I'm one of those talking hands from Labyrinth. Hello, which way do you want to go?
I guess you could do that too. Brennan Marr is here. Hello, Brennan Marr.
Hey, Brennan Marr.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Okay, should we go ahead and
start diving into Hawkeye, which
Yeah.
now we're going to be diving into the spoilers that we are here for, which are the
Yes.
spoilers of Hawkeye, because there are a lot of them.
Yes.
I loved this episode, and I cannot wait for the conclusion of everything that we learned about in this one episode.
Yes.
I mean, let's just first start off with how they started this episode. I love the fact that last spoiler warning alert.
Wait, sorry. About how we didn't catch other people's like if somebody was sitting near you and they're recording the movie and how we don't notice their phone screen lights up. Oh, I don't want to say your name incorrectly. But I agree with this. Like, come on, our eyes were glued to the screen. You know what? You're absolutely accurate, because I was not checking I'm not going to be the cell phone police. I paid the money to see the movie, so my eyes are going to be up here. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Oh, thanks. Black Loki.
Oh, thank you, Black Loki.
Thank you. All right, okay. So now let's talk spoilers for Hawkeye, because there was a lot happened, and I think we should maybe go in chronological order of the show. So
sounds like a good plan of attack.
And I think that's also how I kind of structured the photos.
Oh,
so that'll be a lot easier.
That's very helpful.
So naturally, actually, it's not uploaded that way. It's fine, because
that's okay. But the first one was, of course, what happened to Elena.
Yes, I'm trying to find that one awesome photo. That is it right there. We see her obviously infiltrating another fellow widow's home, thinking that maybe she was still under the influence.
Mm-hmm.
So they went in with the what is it called? The antidote, and they doused her with it to find out that I'm fine, guys. So they had a nice conversation. You can tell by this conversation it takes place after Black Widow, but post-credit scene, because this is when Natasha was still alive and well. They talk about how they want to have their Sex in the City life in New York. Very exciting. Yelena excuses herself, goes to wash her hands, and she poofs away. But something that has not been done before in any other Marvel show or movie is she poofed out, and she poofed or blooped.
Bleeped. No, not bleeped.
What's happening? Blipped right back in, and we see the color of the walls and the decor, home decor, essentially change around her. And I thought that was such a cool moment to have, because we hadn't really quite seen before how fast a blip goes by for those who are blipped. We heard Monica speak about it briefly, how she was like, what do you mean my mother is dead? I took a nap. I was in the chair for 20 minutes. I was out maybe 20 minutes, and I was back, and you telling me she's gone?
You've been gone for 5 years.
5 years off of her life. And all she did was probably blink a couple times. And so I wonder what the sensation feels like, because it's so fast. Because especially for Yelena, it's almost as she didn't notice it because it was so quick. But you remember at the end of Endgame, right? When was it that they got blipped?
War. The
Infinity War. Sorry. When they got blipped, people knew like something weird was happening, and and the poof away seemed a lot slower. Like I remember Maria Hill is like, what's happening to me?
Yeah.
Peter Parker, obviously we know what's happening to me. With Groot and a couple others, you're like, oh, it's happening much slower. But in some of the other instances that they've been showing via the MCU shows, I feel like it's gone by quicker.
Yeah, and honestly, I loved how it looked. I loved how they did like that. It looked amazingly cool. Yeah. How like the paint started to, it was like peel off and kind of scale away. I personally think that it would have been more of a Flash kind of a thing, but this was definitely a lot more cinematically cool to see than just a poof and then poof.
Yes.
To where everything immediately goes back to where, because I can imagine that if you're seeing this happen, your first thought is, oh my gosh, what did I drink? Or what happened? Like,
what was in that drink?
What was in that drink? What's going on? I must be on something.
Yes.
And there's just those moments of Elena. You can tell through the amazing acting that she does that she's just freaking out, and she's just going, what's going on? What happened? And then out, there's the other people that are in the living room, and then there's that other widow, and she's like, Elena,
Yeah. Elena comes back
Elena.
5 years later, and her friend explains to her, "You were gone for a long time. We weren't, at the beginning, obviously, we weren't sure what happened. Afterwards, we were sure." And the heartbreaking, line from Elena before we jump into the remaining episode is that, "Oh, I have to call Natasha. I have to tell her that I'm okay."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like,
Ooh,
"Oh,
that's
yeah."
really tough.
And I liked it. It was one of the comments on our reaction video that says that line from Yelena going right into the Marvel fanfare was the show runner and producers going, "We know you need a second to like process that, so we'll let you have the time to process while we play this fanfare, and then we're going to go into this that's going to blow your mind even more." So with that said, let's jump into the rest of the episode here. This comes from after the rooftop fight with Kate and Echo, Hawkeye, and Yelena, and a very heartfelt conversation actually to be had between Eleanor and Kate.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I never doubt that she truly does care for her daughter and that she truly does love her. But I still, somewhere in my head, thinks there's some sort of trust fund that Kate has to her name that mom doesn't get access to until she's 25. Hence why, like, there's even more motivation to make sure she keeps her daughter safe and alive. And also, she didn't want Hawkeye digging around, because as soon as they found out in episode 4 that Kate and Hawkeye were working on a
special Avengers level
on
threat
case, yeah, and she was like, "Well, hold on now, I can't be discovered."
Mm-hmm.
And Kate's already pretty good at hacking and using that security system, the Bishop security, to her advantage. So while we're having this conversation, Kate lets her mom know what she truly thinks about Jack and that Jack killed Armand. And just the type of calm Eleanor had when she heard this, and I think any other human would have freaked out, maybe get a little defensive about her soon-to-be husband.
Or be at least a little heartbroken kind of a thing.
Like, I can't believe he did that.
Yeah, exactly.
What have I done?
Like, no. There's no way Jack would be involved in something like that, but I'll look into it and kind of a thing. But no, there was none of that. You immediately saw, the wheels turning.
How can I get myself out of this situation?
I need to get myself out of this situation. Jack's going down. Kind of a thing.
He's the fall guy.
Then again, when they came and arrested Jack,
yes,
Jack was also a little too
calm,
a little too calm, cool, and collective kind of a thing. Like, he was kind of like he was like, I know I'm going to get free kind of a thing. This is all just a big misunderstanding.
Yeah.
So it really did not seem very, what is that called? Menacing or evil-like kind of.
He felt very confident that he could get his way out of it.
So
either he truly believes, because he is innocent, and he truly believes that I am innocent, therefore I can't stay in jail, or there is something else at play that maybe even Eleanor doesn't know about.
What if Jack actually is 100% a good guy kind of thing?
And we both,
this whole time
we've been
there's something wrong with him. He's evil. He's dirty. It's because
why did he take the sword, huh?
He has a mustache, so that makes him evil. And we're like, at the end, we're going to find out that he's actually a good guy kind of a thing. And he'll team up with Hawkeye at the very end as a master sword fighter kind of a thing, and be like, wow, we judged that guy so wrong.
That can 100% happen. With our track record, 100% that can happen. But either way, Eleanor was like, look, take the man. You investigate him so you don't investigate me. So we'll see what happens with Eleanor next week. Well, we'll actually circle back to Eleanor later on. But, after the heartbreaking conversation, Kate's, mom's like, maybe this isn't it for you. Like, I'm not saying you can't be this, but maybe there's another way to go about. But it is Kate's dream. That was like, she idolized Hawkeye growing up because that is the Avenger that saved her life. And she's trained her life so far to be skilled, as skilled as she can be, kind of to be like him. And she's proven that she can, honestly hold her own. She's not quite as experienced. She's a little loud. Her methods are a little rough.
A little crash through the window.
But, call an Uber as an exit strategy. I
thought that was hilarious.
It's very hidden in plain hidden in plain sight.
Yeah, no, that is very true.
Tabitha?
And you can
Yep.
and you can just schedule it as normal and be like, okay, I need someone here right now. Run to that spot. Run to the spot. They're going to be there in 5 minutes.
The Uber driver's like, excuse me, no bows in my cars, please. No bows. But you know, before that's all of that, she goes back into her now burnt to a crisp apartment. I'm surprised that she was still able to enter. Like, I was like, is it structurally sound for her to be in there?
Yeah.
Because it was pretty engulfed in flame, but nonetheless, she goes in there. But she is not the only person that is in the apartment. That is the wrong photo. This photo here, when she attacks Yelena with a bottle of sriracha, who catches it. And then one of my favorite scenes, I think, in all of the Marvel shows on Disney Plus so far is this scene right here with the pot of mac and cheese and sriracha between Yelena and Kate Bishop.
And I do love the fact
Kate
that
Bishop,
in this moment, you know, back in Black Widow, how Elena was mocking Natasha for being kind of motherly kind of thing, or acting very mothery.
Yeah.
And then yet when Yelena goes into Kate Bishop's apartment, she kind of mothers her a little bit, like, you only have one
you only have one fork.
You only have this is not
cutlery.
And she's kind of mothering her a little bit. I was waiting for you to get home, and it's a really cute scene.
Yes.
It did take me back a little bit to where I'm like, this is weird.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure when Yelena left, Kate Bishop kind of looked around and went, what the hell just happened? This woman was trying to kill me a moment ago, and now she's telling me that I have not enough cutlery in my apartment. I mean, and she made me mac and cheese.
Yelena played her like putty, you know, because she went there to not only gather information, but to also let Kate know, look, you're pretty good. You obviously held your own, but if I wanted to kill you, I could have killed you. I let you leave. I didn't throw you off the roof without thinking about your life. I removed an obstacle off the map, or whatever it was that she said. But she came to deliver that this is what I know about Clint Barton. I'm Natasha's sister. I'm here to kill him. You can't stop me, so don't get in my way. You know, and to also, maybe it's interesting to hear the flip side of both of their opinions and their experiences with Clint. So I love that conversation so much. And I want to say, Debbie in the Discord actually sent us some behind the scenes stuff of the director showrunners.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, about that scene, and that scene, I think they did a few takes of it, and they say a large percent of that scene was really just improvised between the two actors.
I would have loved to have been on set that day and just see the two like kind of banter back.
And that's forth. What the directors did, is they didn't try to direct, they didn't try to do this. They sat back and watched the monitors, you know, in Video Village, and just let the actors have fun. When you have actors as talented as Florence Pugh and Haley Steinfeld, and who really know the ins and outs of the characters, who knows how to say and express certain things as the character, not as themselves, as you can see something born as beautiful. As I was watching this, I was like, this is it flowed so naturally. I wonder how much it was actually written, because if so, like, props to the writer.
Yeah.
But also still props to the writer. But I wonder which lines were improvised, which lines were not. I believe the hot sauce idea came from Florence Pugh herself.
Yes, that's right. And it's funny, yeah, because I think it was in that article that they're saying that, you know, that sriracha is actually very, very popular.
That's actually a separate comment.
Whose was that? Oh, that was from
the comment under our reaction video for episode 5. So you have to look for that. But this person said that when they worked at a restaurant, they had few clientele that would come in weekly or every, so they were regulars, and they would always ask for sriracha, and they would drizzle it onto their food the same way Yelena did. So I love hearing that example there, and how it's similar to how Yelena was applying the sriracha. So next week I'm gonna try to, if you guys watch our reaction videos, I do want to make instant mac and cheese, and I do want sriracha. We always have sriracha in the fridge anyways. We have several different, I think we have 3 different bottles of hot sauce. Yeah, in the fridge.
They're all Wendy's. Don't get me wrong, I like a little bit of hot sauce, but I just can't handle too much heat because I'm a wuss. But
sriracha's so good.
Wendy loves her sriracha.
Yeah.
So
I put it on everything. I put it on pizza. I put it on everything. Almost everything. Put it on eggs. Put it on a lot of things. So mac and cheese is going to be a new one for me because I've never tried actual sriracha on mac and cheese. I've tried hot sauce on mac and cheese, but I've never.
So now
tried
we've got
sriracha.
something. You've got something new to try.
I'm very excited.
There's no wee stuff. Well, maybe I'll still try a little bit of it.
Yeah, we can make 2
You know
parts
me.
of
I
mac
try
and cheese.
everything at least once.
At least once, and you can hate it or love it after. So let's go ahead and move on to the next photo. I don't even know what I have here because it's hard to see.
It's somewhere in the photos.
What is this one? What is this one?
Let's talk about whatever that picture is.
Well, let's go back to why the episode is called Ronin. So this scene I really love. There was a lot of scenes where, you know, it definitely got you, like, you got a little teary, you got a little emotional. And this scene especially, Jeremy Renner stopping by the little plaque in memorial, or not in memorial, paying tribute to all the Avengers who saved New York back in the very first Avengers, and taking out that earpiece and, you know, kind of having that quiet moment so he can say something to Natasha, which is something I'm sure he thinks of every day. Like, that's, aside from Laura Barton, I think Natasha is the next person he goes to, especially if there's more sensitive stuff he feels like he can't talk to his wife about.
Yeah.
Not that I don't feel like those two hide anything from each other, because it's a very, very understanding relationship. But this is, you know, his partner in crime. This is Natasha, and how much he had still wished that she was still there so he could say this to her. And he, you know, the whole putting the Ronin suit back on, like, I know this is, you know, you kind of killed Ronin for me. Yeah. But I gotta bring him back for one more time because I gotta nip this thing in the bud with Maya. Yeah.
And also, I love the fact that after, I mean, the way that, yeah, when he pulled out the earpiece, and it really was just silencing the noise of New York. You know, it's silencing the world, making sure it gives him that. It's just the way that you can play with sound in a lot of emotional moments is just really emphasized in this moment that Clint has, saying, I really wish you were here. I really need to talk to you. And it was another moment in this episode that you just went, oof, and you just felt it right in the chest.
And his tears, the eyes welled up too with the, like, that's what gets me, man. Tom Holland does that really well. Who else? Anna Taylor-Joy does that well. Just the tears don't fall; they just sit there.
And you can, it looks like they have like a layer of glass.
And I'm just like, I can't. And then, like, I immediately start tearing up. Tom Holland's good at it. Andrew Garfield does it in Tick Tick Boom. Like later in like the second, third act. Oh my God, it gets me every time. And I'm like, I don't even, I'm just gonna cry. There's a couple of super chats that I want to get to, but before we do, I love that the chat that you guys are writing about what you put in your mac and cheese. So I'm definitely going to see what you guys are saying about this. Rurutu says, I do sriracha dots.
Oh, just little dots in the mac and cheese?
That's your method.
That's instead of the. I wouldn't be lathering it up.
I kind of want to.
Lather,
but I'm gonna dot it first and try it, and then, assuming that I like it, which I feel like I will, I'm just gonna.
Now here's the thing, though. Do you want to do that on the final episode? Absolutely. Or we have mac and cheese here and we have sriracha here? We could do it tonight, or we can just wait.
Oh, we gotta do a HelloFresh, or they're
gonna sit
in the fridge.
No, that's true.
No, I think I want to save it for the finale, and we'll just sit there.
That's probably a good way.
In our Hawkeye ugly sweater and eat mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese. Blade says might do that as well, and add some sweet corn to the pot. Ooh, I hadn't thought of that. And then he adds, and bacon.
Bacon.
I have.
You can never go wrong with bacon. And also, it's like, what is it? I don't know if you've ever seen that YouTube video of the kid, the little, like I don't want to say infant, but the little kid that's in a high chair, and it's the first time that they've ever had bacon, and the kid's like, oh,
I was like, that kid's gonna love bacon for the rest of his life.
It changes you. It really does.
Starju says, Frank hot sauce. I put that ish on everything. That's like the exact hot sauce that we have in the fridge. We have two. We have the buffalo sauce from Frank's, and we have Frank's regular hot sauce.
That's sriracha.
And like a little packet.
The sriracha bottle is like this
That's
big.
The smallest it comes for two people. That's you need to get. I want them like half size. I can't find it. Maybe if I go to H Mart, I'm sure they'll have various sizes.
Well, I'm not mistaken. They also have like those keychain sriracha bottles.
Why don't I have one? I should ask that in my Christmas stocking.
I need to see if I can run to what is that called? It would be
H Mart.
It'd have to be H Mart.
Maybe I
maybe
feel like
have
they
them at
would.
H Mart.
They probably would have it. Steve Chevy says on pizza is a crime in New York City. I have not done that in New York City. You know why?
Why?
Because usually in the pizza parlors they don't have hot sauce.
No sriracha.
Maybe that's an LA thing.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to say, I've never done it.
Yeah. And Vanja says had French fries today.
Ooh.
Yum.
I wonder if you've ever put sriracha sauce on French fries. I would think that'd be like dipping them in a sriracha sauce kind of a thing.
You can do like a ketchup sriracha. Like Blade sent us that spicy ketchup from Whataburger, and we use that up pretty quickly as well. Yeah. This next super chat, sorry, I'm like losing my mind, comes from Mr. T.O. Morrow. Mr. T.O. Morrow.
Thank you so much.
I love that name. Writes, hi, Wendy and Dustin. Can we all agree the scene between Elena and Kate is an instant classic?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, agreed. Full of humor and fear. I felt Elena had Kate and the audience on the defense the whole time. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, well, you're sitting there going, I know this isn't what you really want to talk about. Come on, just spit it out. What do you want to talk? Come on, just do it. And no, we're not talking about the Statue of Liberty or the Empire State Building either. Empire State Building. Just tell us, why are you here? And then, when she finally kind of leaned back and go, Clint Barton, where is he? Kind of a thing.
And I feel like she could tell that when Kate said, I don't know, that she could tell. I don't think Kate knew at the time. Like, no,
she didn't. No, because remember
he didn't go back to the safe house.
After that was the scene to where Kate was constantly calling him and leaving messages. It's your fault I'm doing this. Why do you make me leave so many messages and sound like your mailbox is full?
That's right.
So yeah, she didn't know where he was. But I do love that one moment to where I wish there would have been just a little bit more of a reaction from Elena to when Kate went, if someone's telling you that Clint is a bad person, maybe you should look into it, simply because she ends up doing that.
Yeah, but the widows, they play it real subtle on the surface.
No, that's true.
That's what they're trained to do, and she's highly skilled. So, we've already seen what her sister can do. Let's see what other oh, wait, we have one more super chat.
Another super chat.
Oh, from Bleeding Green. Hey, we have a package from Bleeding Green I need to open.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, I just got it today from the mailbox. So it's out there. I'll grab it before the end of the episode. Oh. But I want to read this super chat which writes, do you think that it was possible that Yelena may have been tailing Clint to the memorial and overheard some of what he said to Nat?
That's actually something that I was hoping for. I was sitting there going, oh my gosh, this is the moment that Yelena needs to see and hear. Mm-hmm. This is the moment that she needs to be able to go, oh, okay, I was wrong about Clint. Or the things
somebody lied to me.
Someone lied to me. And I kind of hoped that they would have just a quick little glance of her in the background kind of a thing. And her being able to have heard what he said, and then Yelena goes and tails Eleanor.
Yeah.
And then it would have made a little bit more of a sense why she was like, okay, I'm now going to find out I want to find dirt on the people who hired me to kill Clint.
Real quick to interrupt you really quickly. Level 2 Trading, we're so happy you're here, but if you haven't seen the episode yet, man, this is not the live stream. Today's live stream isn't for you. We're dedicating Saturdays right now to Hawkeye spoilers, so I'm sorry. I hope you clicked out already because I didn't want to spoil it for you. It was in the video title. I'm sorry. It's what we do on Saturdays, and then after this ends, we will get to Boba Fett.
Yeah.
So Saturdays are going to be pretty spoiler filled for the next few weeks. After the show ends, we will get into Boba Fett, and then after that, what comes in January? I don't even know what comes in January.
Well, when does Boba Fett drop? Boba Fett doesn't.
Right after this.
Oh, really?
You don't have a week off. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just keep going, which I love.
So much fun and exciting. Yes. No breaks.
So sorry, level 2.
No rest for the wicked.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the oh wait. Did we answer his question?
Did we?
Yes. Okay. But yeah, we don't know because just as much as Clint is trained to disappear and be a ghost, so is she. So it's possible she was there. or it's possible she decided she was going to go sightseeing because she was on a limited time in New York.
I'm actually really happy. So level 2 trading just said I was trolling you from John and Wendy's show.
Oh,
okay, good. I'm glad we didn't spoil
good.
anything for
I
you.
was like, oh no, this stream is not for you today. Come back.
What are you doing?
Come back on Wednesday when we don't do spoilers.
Click away.
December 28th for Boba Fett. Thank you. Oh, or December 29th, depending on where you live, maybe. Thank you so much to MK and for Starju for putting that in the chat. Okay, let's talk about what is next in my photo here.
The photos.
The photo of this. Oh, I didn't grab one of Maya and him, but I think it was too dark. All the ones that I was trying to pull was too dark.
That was a really dark fight, I have to admit.
But I kind of loved it. It was really gritty. It was really dark, and conveniently, Ronin first takes out all of her guys, so it can be a sick one-on-one fight between Ronin and Maya. Because as much as I love the Trust the Bros, I'm not going to call them the Tracksuit Mafia anymore. I'm just going to call them Trust the Bro.
And real quick, I have to say that one moment when they're driving in the truck,
but then the little flap opens on the arrow.
I thought that was great. I have to admit that was hilarious. I thought it added just a nice little bit of nice. It was just a great little bit of comedy.
Yes.
And then he goes, but I don't know where Ronin is. And he's like, it wasn't meant for you.
But we're not Maya.
Exactly. But you can get the message back to Maya.
That scene, that whole fight scene was really great because it really shows, one, I don't know how much, Ronin was pulling his punches because I don't think his intention was to kill her.
Yeah.
I think it was to deliver the message like, nip this in the bud, you're done.
Yeah.
Okay? You're done. And also as a warning, if you come near me,
or my family.
Sorry, you can come at me. Come for my family, my wife, my kids, you're done for. That was definitely a warning there. So I definitely enjoy seeing that. Okay, they do have on TeePublic, and Back's Lunch, a Trust a Bro. I was looking up a Trust a Bro t-shirt.
Really? They have Trust a Bro t-shirts?
Oh wait, you guys can't see it.
Wait, it changed.
That's why.
Yeah.
Trust a Bro.
You can't. Oh, sorry. Face out of the way. Autofocus. Go.
Oh, there. Oh God.
No.
God. Oh God. Hold on. There.
Well, it says Trust a Bro on it.
It's from Box Lunch. If you guys want to get it, it is 20% off. So it's $16.72. I want to buy this. I want to buy this immediately.
Really?
Trust a Bro. It's so funny. No?
Okay, don't get me wrong. It is funny. Is it funny enough to get it as a as a shirt or something? If you like it, that's awesome.
I'm getting it.
Then if you want it, you know what? I am not going to stop you from enjoying that.
I'm just so sad that I didn't think about buying one until we're at the end of it now. But you know what? It's fine. It's now they're in the MCU. People will get it. Oh, and Rurutsu says her universe has it for Wendy. Nice. Done. Amazon has it as well. Enter for None says, got it. Nice. Okay, so let's talk Maya and Clint. So they have that conversation after the really sick kick-ass fight.
Yeah.
That the two of them. I want to see Maya fight more because I think her styles, like some of the mixed martial arts in there is really, really cool to watch. But the message of Clint coming clean. So I guess, and you guys let us know if we're wrong, Clint does admit being the Ronin that came in and killed everybody that night, that fateful night where unfortunately her dad, because he was there, he died. But he talked about, what was the exact thing that your boss wanted your dad dead?
Yeah, it was something like that. He put him in the line of fire, which is actually something that I was kind of like, there's going to be a way for Clint to be able to turn Maya in a different direction, away from her, away from him in a sense, to be able to pin it on the boss, the big man. And it was in this episode that I noticed that it was Fat Man Used Car Salesman, and I was going for the Fat Man reference.
Yeah, so if you caught it, you caught it.
And it's now, I think all Clint wanted to do was start the dominoes falling, so that what is it? She'll start questioning her second in command. What's his name? Cassie, thank you. Cassie, about why weren't you there? You were the second in command. Why didn't you answer the call? I never got the call. Ooh, how suspicious. And then she's going to go and talk to Uncle, who we now know is a certain individual that we are quite excited to see more of.
Yes. Blade says, yes, Clint admitted it, but mentioned that he was tipped off and Maya's boss wanted her dad dead. That's what it was. So I definitely feel, and I said this in the beginning, there was some sort of weird tension there between Cassie and Maya. And so after the scene, immediately after, after she meets up with Cassie, and he's like, sorry, he came out of nowhere and knocked me out, which I expected it to be, because like it was going to make it definitely a hard time for Clint if he was fighting her and having to worry about getting sniped in the head. So he was like, I gotta take out all of my other problems
first.
Yeah. But so we find out that Cassie, having been William's second in command, happens to not have been at that meeting that night. To me, that sounds very, very sus.
Well, and not only that, but I would think that he would also be a little bitter the fact that he's the second in command. His the first in command got killed, but then he gets passed over and he's still the second in command. So he's kind of like, what the hell?
Haven't I been loyal all this time?
Haven't I been loyal? I'm the one who helped you set up one of your own guys. And why am I not in charge now? Because sorry, kid, you just ain't got what it takes.
Yes, absolutely. Let's see there. Oh, Miss Off says, by the way, I love watching you guys. First time catching you live. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yay, glad you're here. Glad you made it. Let's see. All right. So should we go to the final, the big scene, the big final scene?
Well, we can also still be a little bit more about, because what is it?
Is there something else I missed?
Well, he does go see his LARPer friend again.
Oh, yeah. We should talk about Grills, huh? Yeah.
Taking care of the dog. And honestly, I found it hilarious that Clint was kind of like, oh, no. I got a hotel down the street. No one's going to, no Avengers going to have a hotel room. You can sleep on my couch. A part of me is kind of like, I would prefer the hotel room. I get more privacy. I get a nice comfy bed. I can order room service and I get my own bathroom.
I agree with some of those points, but some of the other ones, like more privacy, I don't believe you get, because you have to go in and out of the lobby. So you have to already go in kind of, if you know that Yelena's looking for you. Oh, speaking of which, that's one of the things I do want to talk about. So, in the Uber ride, Kate and Clint were talking, and she said, I had a visitor. Yelena came and saw me. Did you know that that's Natasha's sister? Natasha had a sister.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And then I was not expecting, that was like a surprise to me.
That he actually knew.
Because for me, in my head canon, which I'm fine, that's like completely destroyed and tossed in the trash. I'm okay with that. But I thought that maybe Natasha have kind of kept that, closer to her heart, because if the way it worked in my head, my reasoning is that if Clint had known that she had a sister, he would have fought even harder to not let her go in Vormir. And that's why they kind of fought over. It's like, well, you have a family. this is it. And no strings attached. Like I can go. And she, kind of like yeets herself out of his hand, which is so sad. But I guess it has come up in conversation, which also honestly makes sense, because they spent a lot of time together.
If Natasha told anyone, it would have been Clint.
He's the only
Clint's
one.
the only one that I could be like, that makes sense that she would have told him.
I think he just knows that she's got a sister. Her name's Elena. I don't think he realizes what she looks like at all, because he obviously did not recognize her once her mask came off on the rooftop scene.
No, that's very true.
So it's going to be really interesting next week when they do, because they have to meet. There's a lot of things to wrap up next week, And before we get into that, because we want to hear you guys' thoughts as well, is after that mac and cheese conversation between Kate and Yelena, I feel like Yelena's like, look, I think you should at least know I looked into who hired me. Surprise, it was your mother, and here's the person she's meeting. Surprise, here is the person she's meeting, and the who is that, the reveal, and then the flip phone quality photo.
Oh my God.
Circa what, like
Mhm.
2003, early 2000s, like the Razor Motorola flip phone.
Yeah.
That was like the quality.
That was a really bad
That's just a
picture.
burner phone.
I have to admit.
You know.
Oh, and it would make sense,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
because it would be a burner phone.
Yeah, so spy quality stuff, like, because that's what they do. I'm not making fun of it. It's what they've always done in espionage movies, I feel like. But yeah, it's I have the photo.
Oh, the photo
I pulled all of it, and I'm
the
not
photo
using
of
it.
the
Sorry.
photo.
Kate Bishop. I like that in the text message also. She didn't say Kate. She still was like, yes, I've been calling you by your first and last name. I'm going to do it in a text message as well. Kate Bishop. I found out who hired me. Eleanor Bishop. Thought you deserved to know. These two are going to be best friends.
I hope so.
I need them to be best
They're
friends.
going to be working together in whatever team they end up, whether it be the New Avengers or the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, I don't care. I just need them to be best friends and more mac and cheese nights. But following is this photo.
Oh,
this is the photo. It's actually
wait a second.
a clip.
It's a video.
It's a video. Yeah, I didn't notice that while watching the episode because it went by so quick.
That means, you know what?
There's dialogue.
There's going to be dialogue. There's going to be communication. There's going to be incriminating evidence
Holy crap.
of Eleanor and Kingpin talking together, aka Vincent D'Onofrio.
So, I mean, it's not really a surprise of like that he was going to come back. I think as soon as he quote tweeted one of the like Hawkeye tweets, like starting this Wednesday or whatever, first episode, and he says he was careful with his wording.
You
careful
said, I
enough.
love the show, I think.
I love these Marvel series or Marvel shows. He didn't call out specifically Hawkeye in his text, even though he quote tweeted a Hawkeye tweet. And I was like, that is a confirmation that you're involved in the show. And everybody's been guessing. There's multiple hints already, thrown in there. Episode 3, we saw in the flashback with the giant, like the footsteps and the laugh.
Yeah.
And walking up and stroking young Maya's face at the martial arts studio. Yeah.
Honestly, though, I am actually a little spicy about that. Salty, spicy, either one. That Vincent D'Onofrio even did that. Because honestly, if he would have never have tweeted anything, I think it would have been a much bigger surprise. But since he did, we were anticipating this reveal for a while. I think it would have been really cool if we're like, oh, we don't know if, okay, there's mentions of Kingpin. Oh, we're pretty sure that this character that's pinching Maya's cheek is going to be Kingpin. There's connections between the two of them in the comic books. But are they going to recast? Is it going to be Vincent D'Onofrio, or is it going to be another one? But since they had mentions of Kingpin and we had that tweet, we're like, okay, most likely, we're not 100% sure, but we're most likely it's going to be Vincent D'Onofrio. If he never tweeted that question of whether or not it was going to be him would have been a much more up in the air question.
Yes.
And I wish, because that would have just been an even bigger reveal, I personally think.
I would love if the next episode opens with Eleanor going into, it was like a hotel or whatever, wherever they rendezvoused.
Yeah.
And we get to just be a fly on the wall in that conversation, or like from the eyes of Elena as she's taping it. I think that'd be cool. Or it could just be Kate pressing play on the video clip.
True.
Or just playing it.
You know what, though? I think you're right. I think we're going to see a little bit of the conversation, and then Elena is going to miss some of that conversation, record it, and then send it, and then get caught.
I don't know about that.
Well, I mean, true. The Black Widows are amazing spies. But when you work with amazing spies, like say, for example, the Kingpin hires these people, he knows how good they are. That means he's got to be like, what if someone else hires them against me? I need to be prepared. Now, Elena might get away, but I think it actually would be interesting. She sends it, they have the information, and then they go and save her, kind of a thing.
Interesting. Okay. I mean,
just a theory. It's just
it's all theories.
There's no proof of this whatsoever.
But what's also been kind of with everything leading up and everybody anticipating Kingpin's return or appearance in the show is throughout almost the entire series, they've been playing up, and we know, as an audience, as fans already know this, but maybe for the general audience who may not have picked up a Daredevil comic book or watch any of the other, Marvel stuff, like whether it's the Marvel Daredevil show or even like the Daredevil movie. Was Kingpin in it? Yes, Kingpin was in that. Maybe they don't realize how vicious Kingpin and powerful he really, really is. But they've been doing a really good job, I thought, throughout the show to sprinkle in. Even Hawkeye's like, oh, that's the guy I've been worried about. That's the big guy, and I don't want that guy to get involved. And it's like, dang, like everybody knows what kind of damage Kingpin can do. And you don't want to mess with those. So I feel like Clint's been avoiding that. And finally it's just kind of like, yeah, well, okay.
I do have to admit, though, I think Clint would actually be a little relieved. He's like, okay, I have fought big purple aliens wiping out half of the universe. I have dealt with killer robots. I have dealt with, what is it called? Norse, being mind controlled by a Norse god. A crime lord here in New York. Okay, that's a little bit more down to earth. That's a little bit more of my league. I can deal with this. I know I have the equipment. I have the training. I can deal with a crime lord.
Yes.
The other stuff was a little bit out of my league.
Yes.
But I still survived.
And I like a couple of you guys are pointing out in the chat that the runtime for the next episode is set to be the longest in all of the Disney Plus shows so far. For the Marvel shows, Ronnie says the next episode will be the longest on Disney Plus, and MK Songbird says, hope that rumored runtime length, I think it's 59 minutes, including credits probably, for the finale next week ends up being accurate. I hope so too. And I like this comment too from John Elite, who says, we didn't even get anything about the watch in this episode. Very true.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, very
true. It took me a second. I'm like, watch? What watch? And then like, because they've only mentioned the watch. Like, I could probably count all of them on one hand throughout this entire show. I've completely forgotten about the watch. I have really. I haven't completely forgotten about it. But when you said the watch, I was like, wait, what? My brain went, wait, like the watch in Game of Thrones, like the Night's Watch, and like, no, that's not the watch. Oh, a watch. Got it.
Yeah.
It just took me a little bit of time for that to actually kick in.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm really curious about that. And who knows? They might just leave it as a cliffhanger for season 2. But speaking of season 2, there was a comment that I did want to talk about. Oh no, I lost it. But it was whether if you're the one who mentioned this, please comment down below so I can give you credit for it. That if he was wondering that in season 2 of Hawkeye, would we want to see Daredevil? And a part of me is like, yes. Oh yeah, I would love to have this kind of be like Hawkeye, Daredevil, Kingpin, Echo is all kind of thank you, Dark Jedi Knight. I love this question. And yes, I definitely want to see Daredevil anywhere. I mean, I want to see him either in the movies. I want to see him in the TV shows. I love this character. Yeah. And I think that, putting him in, put me in, coach.
Put me in, coach.
Is never a bad decision.
I just rather want Hawkeye. I just want Daredevil just get his own show back. Just put it on Disney Plus.
True.
Make it as dark and gritty as it was, though. I don't want it to be like washed down because it's Disney Plus. I want it to be like gritty and awesome. So we will see if there's even going to be a season 2 because the showrunners and directors said they can't talk about anything. So
they can't talk about anything because they're planning on doing it.
I hope so.
So far, this has been a very popular series so far. It's done better than some of the other movie series that have already been confirmed to have a season 2. And if it's working, then keep going.
Yeah. I also like this question here from John Elite, who says, now here's the real question. Is this the same Kingpin from the Daredevil show or an entirely new iteration? I'm going to say the same.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they're saying...
Greg Philba finally texted me back. I texted him 2 days ago.
Oh, about seeing him in the movie theaters.
Yeah, if you guys go and watch Spider-Man No Way Home, and if you're sitting in the theaters, while the trailers and stuff and stuff like that is running. And if you're
if you get there early enough.
Yeah, and I mean everybody has assigned seats, so you technically don't have to. But if you want to see Greg's face really, really big on the big screen, him and I think Bradley Lambert are both in a commercial that runs right before Spider-Man No Way Home. So I took a picture of that. I don't usually take my phone out in the movies, but I was like, that's Greg Alba, my friend.
Picture.
I definitely did. That's my friend. Like the whole thing.
I know him.
Yeah. So he's like, oh, thanks, Wendy. Thank you for sending this to me. I haven't seen it. He hasn't seen it yet, man.
Oh. Well, I guess honestly, it's got to be kind of weird if you go into a movie theater and you're like,
I never saw my commercial in the movie.
My face is huge.
I never saw my Cadillac commercial in the theaters, and they aired it there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because my friend Marshall not send it to me, but he texted me. He's like, your Cadillac commercial ran before this movie. I was like, oh my God, my face was probably so big. God.
My face is so huge.
Anyways,
Knox text says he's a friend from work.
Yes,
I know him.
He's a friend from work.
I love the story behind
great.
That line. That it was a what is that called? A Make-A-Wish Foundation kid that was on the set of that movie, and he goes, Thor should say that he's a friend, that the Hulk's a friend from work.
Happened?
Yeah.
My God, that's so cute.
He put that line into the movie. And I'm like, that's amazing. I love those kind of cute stories kind of thing.
I love that. Gotta love that. All right. So next week, what are we thinking? There's a lot happening. We get 58 minutes, including credits. Will there be post-credit scene?
Yes.
I believe yes. I believe there's going to be probably a couple.
Yes.
Because everything's ramping up to be so big. In any case, oh wait, did we check this week? Oh yeah, no, we would know by now if there was an end credit scene anyways. So next week, I think definitely. Oh, I'm about to send some text.
We're putting down an entire conversation there, hon.
I'm going to just delete that. How do I delete this? I don't want to send it.
He's going to get the entire last bit of our live stream in text form.
My speech to text was on for some reason. Wow.
All right. That's how tech savvy we are here at the Movie Couple, my friends.
I think my thumb hit it and I just didn't realize. That would have been a really weird...
Yeah, he's just like, what the heck? Why are they sending me this?
Let me get out of my text message. Okay. Okay. So I think next week we will obviously get some dialogue with one Vincent D'Onofrio and Eleanor.
Yeah. I hope we get he's actually going to be a main part of the next episode.
Yes.
Oh, we got a super chat.
Dean, thank you so much for your super chat. I hope you're doing well over there. Hope all things are well with you. Dean's been watching for a really, really long time, so I always enjoy having conversations via Instagram or whatever it may be with him, which is super cool. Thank you so much for your support. Just want to wish you guys a happy holiday.
Happy holidays.
Happy holiday to you and your family as well. Stay safe, and hopefully you're enjoying all the good content that we're getting. Spider-Man, Hawkeye finale, and the start of Boba Fett. That's going to be fun. That's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to
just dive into so much stuff.
Yeah, honestly. Oh, gosh, it's going to be
And then when we finish all of it, we'll go back and finish up some of the other things that we haven't gotten a chance to do. Like we still have
Arcane, Wheel of Time.
Oh, Arcane, Wheel of Time, and definitely What We Do in the Shadows. Those are just 3 shows right off the top of my head that I'm like, we have to do those.
Yeah. So it's just hard to it's like I'm editing all the time.
Well, especially once you're done with Vlogmas.
I think, Vlogmas is starting to come to an end. We got a really fun one coming up because it's at Universal Studios with Grinchmas. So that's going to be a fun one. And maybe one more to wrap up the holiday. But I'm glad I didn't do daily uploads this year because it would have been too much. Oh, and Tourism here says, and now Witcher. That's right. I forgot that.
Oh, yeah.
The new season, it has arrived on Disney Plus. And
and don't forget Cobra Kai.
Yes. And I was going to say, I just forgot about Cobra Kai. God, that's so many good shows. All right. So I think Eleanor, either she's going to be really good at covering it up and she really is going to somehow make it, or Kingpin can, manipulate some stuff to pin it on some other person. Watch they pin it all on Cassie. Oh. Wouldn't that be crazy? It's like, fine, Fall Guy, whatever. I don't know. I'm speculating, but I would love to know exactly how deep Eleanor went with whatever it is that she's doing. Could it be her that killed Armand. I actually don't think it's her. I think if she's kind of in there with like, if she's connected with Val, if she's connected with the Kingpin, then somebody over there took care of that for her.
Yeah.
But she's still an accomplice in, in a murder. So she's definitely, I don't think she's going to get away scot-free. So I wonder how that's going to affect Kate.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing about Kingpin is the fact everybody knows that he's the crime boss. It's just the fact that no one can actually prove it. And since he has so many, it's very much a Al Pacino played
Godfather?
No. I'm sorry. A actual historical figure. When you think of the original gangster, so chat, help me out here. But it's kind of like Al Capone. Thank you. What is it? Like Al Capone. For the longest time, everyone knew that he had.
Who'd you say thank you to? Yourself?
Huh? Oh yeah, I guess I said thank you. It finally came to myself. But yeah, Al Capone. That was the historical Kingpin, is the fact that they couldn't prove anything that he was involved in this or that. He had fall guys. He had bought off so many police officers, so many judges. And it came down to the fact, okay, fine, we're getting you for tax evasion. That you can't cover up.
Right.
So, I mean, that's what it's going to come down for Kingpin. It's the fact that honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he's able to simply like dump Eleanor, and Eleanor takes the 104% blame.
Yeah, this shows you to not go into business with any sort of crime lord, period.
Because they will dump you like it's hot.
I mean, wouldn't it be crazy if next episode opens to a blank wall and then we pull back and it's Kingpin was just staring at the blank wall? That would be pretty cool, because that's a direct tie-in from Daredevil.
But I really, really just want to see more Kingpin. I think we'll probably get 1 or 2 scenes with him.
Show!
But I would love for him to be a big thread in this next episode.
And I don't think this is going to be the last we see him, because we already know that Maya is getting her own show called Echo, and how much Kingpin is already like in her life from all the way from her childhood. So I think D'Onofrio is here to stay. Kingpin is here to stay, and that makes me very, very happy. So I wonder in which way we're gonna are we seeing, we kind of talked about the start of the new Avengers, the Young Avengers. Is there going to be a little bit even more hints to that? Are we going to see hints of like Thunderbolt? Is Val going to show up? Like, I feel like there's a lot they got to wrap up. There's the Watch. There is the like, what are they going to do with the suit?
Yeah.
The LARPers are going to come back and help. What else am I thinking?
We still have, Elena.
Armand's Yelena stuff.
Jack.
We
have a lot to do. Yeah,
there's
Jack.
a lot. That's why
honestly, that whole storyline hasn't even really been touched.
Yeah.
Like, why would Jack kill his uncle? Why would he do this and that? Why? I mean, what is his story? How is he a master sword fighter? Kind of a thing.
Yes.
There's a lot of stuff about Jack we don't know yet.
Let's see. This question comes from Adit, who writes over under 30%. And you guys let us know too in the chat. The Hawkeye post-credit scene is going to feature Kate's dad in some way. What if the final shot is Kate celebrating Christmas at with the Bartons, and a knock happens and it's the dad? Like, if he's actually not, because you had this theory too. Like, what if maybe he faked his own death?
If he faked his death, I don't.
Rurutu says he's a scroll.
Possibly.
I would not put it past him.
I would not put it past him.
I
would not put it past them starting to plant a seed or two with scrolls. I think it depends. In this episode, if we find out that Eleanor actually did kill Kate's dad, then of course, we're not going to get any
he won't
of that.
show up. Yeah, it might be Elena knocking out the door.
Yeah. Oh, that actually is a good one. She's coming
cool.
to join Christmas with her the Barton family.
Yeah,
kind of a thing.
She can meet little Nathaniel.
Oh,
who was technically named after Natasha. So yeah,
that would be really cute. And that would be a very heartwarming moment. It all depends on what information we get about this. I think it's probably we will find out the truth about her dad. But then again, it also could be absolutely nothing. It could be that he actually died.
It could be just as simple as that. And then the actor's like, I gotta go film West Side Story. Bye, guys. So, all right, you guys. I think that is the show for today. So much fun talking with you guys. I can't wait to be back next Saturday. Hold on, let me just take a look at the schedule, our calendar here. So, okay, here is the debacle. The debacle is that next Saturday is Christmas. So we will be with family, and where we're gonna go, probably if we do end up going there, it doesn't have the most stable internet. So I think live stream won't be exactly working out. So the thought would be that we push it way forward and do it Wednesday the 22nd.
Okay.
That I know that's really soon. I know that's not something we normally do, and I know that a lot of you guys may not be able to join us because you may not have had enough time to watch the Hawkeye finale. But if we don't do it Wednesday, then we don't do it until like after the holidays, and is that too late?
Yeah.
So you guys think about it in the chat. Let me know. I'm gonna go grab something up right back.
Yep. And also, I'm just bummed that we have to either do it really close to when the episode comes out, or we have to wait a really long time, or maybe we can see about doing a special stream either before or after the holidays. I guess that's something though that I really should talk to my producer about before I promise anything. But yeah, Wendy is going to go get our little package that we've got. Actually, I haven't even seen the package. I actually had to work earlier this morning, and Wendy ran off and got this.
Yeah, I had to pick up one of Dustin's last remaining Christmas presents, and then I found this from one of our viewers from Bleeding Green, who also is my mod on Twitch. Thank you so much. What is the chat saying about a possible Wednesday stream dedicated to Hawkeye?
Oh, they are saying
Dean says Hawkeye Matrix chat. We haven't watched Matrix yet, but it's coming out.
Yep.
It's coming out on the 22nd. So yeah,
we can try it out.
Okay, so let's call it because I feel like it's rude to live stream on Christmas Day, like when family's there. Like I honestly don't think they'll be too happy with us if we did that, because that's kind of like interfering on family time. So I guess Wednesday will be it. So yeah, okay, Wednesday spoiler discussion for Hawkeye finale, which will be so much fun. So I hope if you guys are able to watch the episode in time, you can join us. It'll be at 2 p.m. PT next Wednesday.
Or we could push it back a little bit more so people have time.
Later. Okay, yeah.
And maybe we could also do it next Wednesday? We could do in like the evening. Maybe instead of a Wednesday, we could do Thursday.
Are you okay with Thursday? I thought that's.
Oh wait, no, never mind. I work.
Yes.
I can't do that.
So yeah, I think that's actually a really good idea from, I think it was Blade. If we push it to a little bit later of a time.
Yeah,
so instead of a 2, we can do like a 3 or 4, 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
On the East Coast.
I think that actually might work better, because then people would have time to go to work, come home, watch it, and then tune in. So we could almost do like a an after show. Kind of a thing. A late after show. Late after show.
We have this package from Bleeding Green. Thank you so much for sending it over. I cut it open, but I didn't see what was inside until now.
You got it. There we go.
Okay.
Ooh.
Hand this over to hide that, because that's got.
Oh, that has information.
And
I think you have to pull the back tab.
Did I?
You get that. Almost there. Stay on target.
Hi, Navi.
Oh, hi, Navi. Did you want to?
When she hears rustle that bag.
Oh yeah.
When she hears anything like that, that means like
she's sniffing.
The TREAT for
sniffing.
Her. So she's like, Okay. Ooh, what is this?
Ooh, that looks really.
Whoa.
Okay, Miss Navi, come on.
What is this?
I don't know. You put it up in front of the screen and I can't see it.
I got it.
Navi's like,
oh my gosh. This is cool. Wait, hold on. It's not focusing.
Oh, it's because my face is still in. Sorry.
It's not there. What the?
Oh, wow.
What does that say?
That is so cool.
Authenticated. What?
Oh.
Navi, she's sniffing it. Do you guys hear her? This is not to be eaten. This is important.
That is so.
John,
wow. This is really cool. Thank you so much, John.
Is that the silver?
Mm-hmm. Oh man, I'm like,
how do we display this? We gotta display it.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. I don't have any Spider-Man memorabilia collectibles.
We don't?
I mean, Pops.
Well, we have a Spider-Man pop. We have some Spider-Man. I mean, I have tons of Spider-Man comic books.
Well, that's true.
I have a
But
whole
then,
bunch
like,
of
like
Spider-Man,
this, I
like the
don't
Ultimate
have.
Spider-Man stuff.
You would think like hosting from Sideshow from time to time, I would have so much more, but I don't. I have 2 6-scale figures, and that's it. Oh my gosh!
I think the next one that we get, we should probably get like a
Thank you so
Spider-Man
much.
one.
Okay, Bleeding Green says the next one. Wait, oh my gosh, there's so much. He says, okay, so this is going to come in 4 shipments with the case and other Marvel superheroes. It's a silver ingot, I believe.
Oh, that is so
we
cool.
can display this on the where we have.
Mhm.
Oh, we got to change up our decor a little bit on the outside because this is going to have its own shelf.
Oh yeah.
100%. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That's an awesome gift.
I'm gonna wrap this back up so it doesn't and put it where it's safe.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Green.
Oh my gosh. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Thank you. I love it.
Happy holidays.
And then you guys, I am still editing the spoiler review for Spider-Man No Way Home that is going to be available on Patreon. So that'll be up sometime today. That is the hope that I have it up tonight because the movie has now been out for a couple of days. And it's still behind, that like Patreon paywall, if you will. And we have 2, if you're wondering how much like it is to like donate or whatever, we only have 2 tiers on Patreon. $1 for general support, $3 you get all the video content. That's the only 2 tiers because I was like, I don't want to manage anymore. So that's all I did. And so if you're down to watch some of our bonus content, spoiler reviews, which is what you'll mostly find on there. And I'm thinking I found some very old vlog footage. So I think I might pop some in there as well because I found some lost ones from Comic-Con when you had the camera.
Oh, really?
And I was working at Sideshow. Yeah, I was like, wait, what is this treasure?
We are going to use it.
Yeah, awesome. Oh, man. Blaze says, Spider-Man Silver Age. All right, you guys, my computer's about to die, and I don't have my charge in here. I love you guys so much. Thank you for hanging out with us. If you are still hanging out here and you haven't smashed that thumbs up button, please do so. It really helps us gain more visibility here on YouTube. And of course, if you don't want to miss out on any other content that we may have, because we will be doing reactions for Boba Fett as well.
Mhm.
Obviously, the final episode of Hawkeye, Wheel of Time, Arcane, probably Cobra Kai because now I'm invested. And so much more trailer reactions,
What We Do in the Shadows.
reviews. Yeah, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And with that said, you guys, we are gonna get out of here. We hope you have the rest of a great rest of your Saturday
and a wonderfully
weekend.
Awesome weekend.
Absolutely, and stay safe and stay warm if it's cold where you are, or stay cool if it's hot where you are, depending on where you live in the world. Navi says goodbye. See you later.
Even Navi is being kept warm in her little R2D2 hoodie. Oh shit! There we go. Hold on, so you can see like a little R2D2 hoodie. We love you.
All right, you guys. We love you, and we will see you real soon. Bye, guys.
Bye.